Oh, I know we worship the Dark Lord in this place, but does he really have to let one rip like that? I mean, it's really stinking up the joint. And it looks like a Tony Scott film in here.
Greetings, Pride Knights and Monster Girls. It's your old pal, Count Jackula from the planet Dracula. And tonight, I've got something a little special for you. In case you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, I just got back from church. And we do it a little differently on Planet Dracula. And I hadn't really had time to get changed. Anyway, we're answering a comment we got the other day on YouTube from a Rachael Miller. You have to excuse me, every time I hear the name Rachel, I think of Pet Sematary, the one with Natasha Yar when she comes in and her dead sister is going, Rachel! You know, it's a very good one. Dear Count Jackula, first of all, I love your work. Well, that's very kind. Really enjoy hearing what you have to say. I'm writing for advice. Well, you came to the right place. I'm not the biggest horror fan in the world. Well, there's your first problem right there, I have to say. You need to get on that. But I enjoy it enough to get a pretty crappy reaction. Oh, Rachel, please, language. From my family. My parents are displeased that that T? I don't... Oh, that extra T must be a typo. You keep it down. Down, yes. The children of the night, why do they always interrupt the recording? I don't really understand. Just be quiet out there. Oh, they'd never listen. Well, there's your second problem, Rachel. Bad typing. Now, I know you probably saw some cool kids do it, and that meant that you felt that you should join the crowd, but trust me, no one is ever impressed by bad typing. I mean, you can't be sexting and then go, I want to lick your bunt? Which office are you talking about? Like, that mistake could go either way. Which way is this going? It ruins the illusion. Anyway, they are displeased that I like to watch NBC's Hannibal and Mad Max Fury Road. They say that things like Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon are disgusting, and by liking it, I am desensitizing myself to these acts of unspeakable violence. Well, that's just not true, because what you are really doing is you're watching horror movies that do not want to have to admit to being horror movies, and so they call themselves psychological thrillers. And like, who says that shit, really? Really, no, pretentious assholes who don't want to have to admit that they like horror movies. Art house pussies in denial, that's what that is. Why are you looking at me like that? What do you mean my accent is showing? It is not that they don't feel the same way about horror, they directly are against my partiality to it. It's like you can't enjoy watching psychopaths without being psycho yourself. I don't know why you think I'm going to be able to disprove that. Porn for the porn god!
Dude, how come every time we try to see a Twilight movie, we end up killing a prostitute instead?
Well, maybe we'll get it right next time.
You may have come to the wrong place after all. They tell me they are worried about me, and I'm really not sure what to tell them. I don't know how to convince them that there's nothing wrong or unhealthy about enjoying a little gore and terror now and then. Well, Rachel, your problem comes from the fact that you are human, and therefore your parents are also human. And it is scientifically known that human parents are, in fact, the stupidest in the universe. Ever met an anti-vaxxer that wasn't stupid, a parent, and human? No, I do not think you have. By the way, Rachel, I took the liberty of going to your YouTube page and noticed that there is a video of you playing the violin next to a black man. Just be glad that your parents allowed that to happen, okay? I don't really know your parents, but parents who do not approve of horror movies tend to come in one of two types. One is your fundamentalist religious type. You know, the type that feels that any little deviation from the norm will turn you into a Satanist or maybe a Jew. Don't deny it, you don't like Jews, okay? Stand by your convictions. That's all I'm asking. And the second type are like the overprotective liberal pussy parents. They're probably vegan, they like to protest things, and, generally walk around as if they're better than everybody else. Fuck you. Sometimes I really don't know which is worse. I mean, granted, like one wants to burn you at the stake, the other one just kind of passive-aggressively wants you to get on this post that they've set up here, tie yourself to it, and then like light a nice fire underneath. But, no pressure. No pressure. Everybody like horror movies, okay? Everybody, including Christians. You know, that's why they all went and saw that Passion of the Christ. That Passion of the Christ, that is easily one of the goriest, the most violent movies ever made. I mean, no Friday the 13th movie got shit on that. Oh no, but that's different because, Jesus. You see, Christians don't really care about like gore and violence in media. They're really just jealous of things that take attention away from them. Like, oh wait, there is a bird, Satan. Anything popular with kids, they are going to pick on. Heavy metal, rap music, horror movies, sex. Like back in the 80s, we like Transformers. And so they had to ruin Transformers. They say that is work of the devil. Why? Just so they could ruin it. Because if they can ruin your fun, then they can control your spirit, you understand? That's why they have to keep hammering this stuff into you. Like, because if you had a moment to breathe and think for just a moment, you would call bullshit and leave. Y'all motherfuckers need Satan. Now, if you have overprotective liberal parents, like, they're pretty much passive-aggressive pussies to begin with. And if that is the case, then you can pretty much do what you want, and, you just got to tolerate the occasional passive-aggressive comment now and then.
Dear, do you really think you should be watching that? Do you really think that that's good for nice girls? This is why boys don't like you,
Just think of them as a really shitty MST3K act, and we're on Channel Awesome here, so we know what we're talking about. In either case, it's very important that you remember two things. One, parents get old. Two, you are going to be asked to take care of them in their old age. All I am saying is that old people are frail, and sometimes wheelchairs and staircases are tricky. But as far as getting parents to understand, you can't! They're parents! They're never gonna like this stuff. But remember this. Don't let your parents dictate what you can like, because the truth is they can't. And that's what really scares them. So pretend to be the dutiful daughter for right now. But your fellow Fright Nights and Monster Girls will always stand behind your appreciation of sex and violence. You're family to us, Rachel. Join us. You belong here. Join us.
Rachel.
Come to the pit with us.
We belong
To the pit.
There's no place else on earth would take us in.
Just don't be that one cousin that is constantly farting and stinking up the joint. Nobody likes that guy.